time.
But yeah, no, I appreciate your time too and your trust. So did you still want to do Reiki?
Yeah, if you've got the time, yeah.
Yeah, I do
But I
have
don't think I
time.
paid for it though.
Yeah, you can just PayPal me or
Okay.
whatever. I can email you
You
afterwards.
do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Yeah. Um, have you had Reiki before?
I think once
Okay.
I was laying on a table. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So,
Years ago, like 2005.
wow. Okay. So that was kind of my journey with Reiki too. I got it a couple times and I was like, eh. And I didn't really believe in it until I actually went to the.
I'm gonna get another water. Go ahead. I
Okay.
can still hear
Yeah.
you.
I didn't believe in it until I went to training, and I've had really amazing experiences with it. But what I will say is that usually what I'll do is for the distance ones, I'm gonna go off camera, gonna mute, do all that, and the best case scenario for you to feel it is to lay down and to try to meditate or get into a meditative space. You may feel sensations. A lot of people I work with see colors and feel tingles, but you don't have to. You may not feel anything, you may not see anything, but the energy is being done, right? So as someone like you who's highly aware, I know you kind of already know this about energy work, that it's needs time to integrate for some people, or some people feel it, some people see things, and then other people just don't. So don't feel bad if you can't feel anything or if you don't see anything. Just let whatever wants to happen. And honestly, I ask people what they want me to work on, but as soon as I enter or I start doing Reiki and I go into your energy, it just kind of does what it needs to do. And so I try not to, once again, as a receptive person myself, I try not to focus on it, what it's doing. I just want to see what it wants to do and then allow that to happen. And then what we will do is I'll come back. So I'll do that for about 20 minutes and then we can come back and talk about what you experienced. I'll talk about what I saw and what I experienced, and then we'll finish it out.
You want me
and just talk about.
You want me to? I can lay on my couch. That's fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm gonna turn off my video and I'm gonna put on mute, and then I'll come back in about 20 minutes, and I'll just let you know that I've finished, and then we can talk about it.
All right.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna mute myself now. All right, John. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So, how are you feeling?
Oh. I'm feeling warm and abundant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that? Yeah. Tell me any of the things that you were feeling during that. That was a pretty interesting experience. It always is for me, but it's always different and unique, and it's always very interesting. What were you feeling throughout that process? If anything.
I was feeling calm and centered. Relaxed, at ease. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So when I connected to your energy, almost immediately, it was like I clicked in with you. And I swear, and I said in my mind, I said, "Hey, John," and I smiled. It was like it was like we were there together. It was
Really?
very, very interesting. It was very immediate. And it was just an immediate, I saw you and it was like, I was like, hey, John. Like, it was so cool. And at one point, I was feeling your energy like trying to give back to me, like while I was trying to give Reiki, you were trying to like come in and do something too.
Really?
It wasn't just, yes, it wasn't just, yeah, it was very, very strong. And towards the end, now for you, I was giving the colors purple and blue. And I was imagining, it kept feeling like I was wanting to make you lighter, like make you, yeah, I would just, there wasn't a sense of heaviness to you, but it was just trying to lean into the watery element and purple. It was like something needed to feel calming and relaxing, rather than like invigorating, like yellow or red or something. But at multiple points, I would feel your energy very strongly, and I started getting tingly, and it was like a very like regal energy, but it was also very joyful. Like that's the thing, that whenever I would connect to it, I would get a smile on my face. There was like randomly I would get a smile on my face. I'm just saying that because the other day I did Reiki on someone, and instantly when I connected to their energy, I started crying my eyes out.
Wow.
And yeah, it's so crazy. But yours was like so like, I want to say like jolly. The sense of like enthusiasm came up very strong for me in that moment. I was just like, wow, his energy right now feels quite upbeat, quite light, quite yeah, there wasn't, I was checking your chakras, and I wasn't feeling like there was any sort of imbalance. The only thing I wanted to ask was, how is your health?
Well,
Has anything changed in your health recently?
When I went to Greece, I gained 20 pounds.
Okay.
And I lost a little bit, and now I gained kind of it back. And you know astrocartography?
Yeah.
Okay. My stellium, you know where it is when I go to Greece?
Where?
My 10th house.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm asking though, because I felt this weight, you would gain weight that was new. When did you go to Greece though?
May
May of this year?
May of this year. May, for 26 days I went there. And basically what happens is Jupiter went into Gemini. And I'm trying to get a connection here. What is it with Jupiter?
Jupiter is expansion. So generally, actually,
I went to Greece, and that's my Jupiter line.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what it is. Yeah, that's why I gained the weight, because I was on my Jupiter line.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which honestly, with Jupiter making you gain weight, I want to just let you know, in Vedic astrology, they believe as long as you're healthy, especially if you have Jupiter in the first, as long as you're a healthy person and you're eating well, a little bit of weight is actually okay. And also because you are a quad right and so porous, having a little bit of extra weight is not bad for you. It actually is like an insulation from the outside world. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit fine, but obviously it's like being healthy. I felt that this weight, I kept hearing weight gain, and it's a sensitive subject because I don't want to be like, have you gained weight? You know, it's a weird thing to ask someone, but it kept coming up. And one thing that it made me feel like though was that it actually also had something to do with I kept seeing a connection to your sense of self-worth. It was like, and I kept hearing about NA, and it was something with leaving that situation and your self-worth, and how that was connected to you gaining weight recently.
Oh, wow.
So, and I looked at your human design, and you have an open ego, which is open center of self-worth.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not sure what the connection is, but I just kept seeing this like recent weight gain, and it was connected to this stuff, this recent struggles that you're having and your self-worth. So maybe you can meditate on that. I don't know if it really matters, but just
well, the way I could connect it is spiritually, I'm pretty fit. However, bodily, is that the word? Bodily?
yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds like a good word.
Physically, that's a better word.
There we go. Okay,
physically is, I've been starting to go on more walks lately and exercise and get my bike and stuff like that. And I've kind of like, that's one thing I've been struggling with for so many years is getting light exercise. I don't like heavy physical exercise, but
yeah,
I think I gotta get my walks in.
Yeah.
And now this past few weeks, I've been sacrificing my walks for working more and more on my book. And now that I've got done with my book, I'd like to go back to my regular walking, And because I think I'm like 10 pounds overweight now because I can feel it like dirt going upstairs and stuff like that. It's like not good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
The reason why I'm starting to believe that it's the Pluto in the 6th house though too, because
Pluto's in the 6th house now?
It's about to be
about
for
to be.
you.
Yeah. Oh, and that's health.
So yes.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, it is, I think the fact that we're having this conversation, maybe that's why, is because it needed to come out, because I just got done. I'm in my Pluto in the 6th.
Oh, you are?
And yeah, I'm a Leo rising. So it obviously manifests differently for everybody, but I will say that attention to the body is going to be some sort of a theme. So I like the fact that you're recognizing that even before Pluto moves in there for good, although you've gotten like a little taste of that obviously, but yeah, something to definitely be aware of when it comes to your body your health and illness. Yeah, very interesting.
When was Pluto in Aquarius this year? It was in February, or
it was it was until
you don't have
September 1st.
It was in Aquarius for how? It was for a few months in Aquarius, right? In the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it's until September 1st. That's when it moved into
Capricorn.
I think it's been in here for most of the year, honestly.
So basically, when I went to Greece, it was in Aquarius.
Yes.
So that was my 6th house when I gained the weight. Interesting. Okay, that's what I wanted to figure out. Okay.
Yep.
Holy Christ.
Yeah. Well, you're getting, you're figuring it out now, so it's better than waiting till the next 20 years and seeing. But I think it's, I think that the spirit wants you to focus on that right now too.
Yeah, I went to a vegan event a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about cheese and how cheese was like made, and I didn't like it. So now that's one thing I gotta like cut out is cheese. If I cut cheese out, I won't be a vegetarian anymore. I'll be a vegan. So
cheese for me was very inflammatory. All dairy is for me very inflammatory.
It is inflammatory. I agree.
Yeah. So when I first got diagnosed with my autoimmune stuff, that's what I first took out was gluten and dairy. So I'm gluten-free again now too, but and vegan. I will say though that I became vegan during my Pluto in the 6th house situation.
I've been like eating for the past week. I've been eating the rest of my pizzas, my frozen pizzas. And,
Yeah.
and I've been eating them. I'm like, fuck this shit, because I know that I don't want to eat it, but I should just throw it away.
Yeah, I mean,
or give it to somebody, And when I drive Uber, what I usually do for the past couple of years is I bring 2 bananas and 2 apples, and that's a meal. So I usually eat out, and then I eat 2 bananas and 2 apples as my second meal. Because I call it my second lunch. And lately I've been eating like bananas and apples and other fruits, of course, as meals now.
Okay.
In the morning,
and it's fulfilling.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I eat every like 4 hours. So in the morning, I have avocado with 2 pieces of toast, banana, strawberries, blueberries, and then the orange juice and coffee. That's usually my breakfast every morning. So, yeah.
So, I do have another reading coming up soon.
Okay.
Otherwise, would be here forever, and I would be a willing participant in that. But I want to ask, what is one thing that you can walk away from in this reading? And obviously, it doesn't have to be anything big. Some people, I need to integrate things before I know. But I just want, what is the most compelling thing that you've learned or important thing that we've talked about in this reading for you?
I think when you were talking about the not self and the frustration and the anger, that I mean, I realized that I don't like being frustrated. That's not a good place for me to be, and usually it's a place where I don't choose to be. It's like a place. It's like I'm placed there. I'm placed in frustration.
Yeah.
Like what are you putting me here for?
Yes.
And I don't like it. Yeah.
That's the whole environment affecting you so much. And I just want to make sure I say this too, that the other side and the feeling of the self, the true self for manifesting generators is satisfaction.
Right.
It's feeling a sense of satisfaction. So we're trying to move from frustration and anger to satisfaction. So when we are feeling satisfied, we know we are in the right place with the right people doing the right things.
Right.
The reason why I ask this is because I really believe that if we can put some action right away, even in a small way, it can be so helpful for us to integrate it into our consciousness. So I wanted to ask, is there a small way that we can kind of ritualize this understanding today? And this can look like, you'll say, okay, I'm going to journal about all the ways that I can see my frustration is linked to this. And, when I put myself in situations that I'm not happy in, or you can decide to take a walk today and think about it or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a walk as soon as we're done. That's for sure.
Awesome.
I got a new audiobook that I downloaded, so I'm going to start listening to that.
Yeah.
And in the past, ever since I got back from Greece, I've been like, I guess you can call it a quest for satisfaction. Because I got back into my human design books and stuff, and I watched a lot of the new videos that I haven't seen before, and I realize now that that question there, am I satisfied or will I be satisfied, like resonates so clearly that I don't care if people say no to me.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting more in the habit of not caring when I say no to other people.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's
nope.
The spirit.
No. And then that because if I find out that if somebody asks me to do something, I'll ask myself, is that going to be satisfying for me? And if the immediate answer is no, then I'm like, no, let's not go to Great America today, you know?
What I would challenge you with in that scenario is to, before you make that decision, is to wait.
Wait a little bit, huh?
Wait a little bit.
Yeah, before I respond.
Your authority, when you say, is this going to be satisfying? That's a beautiful question. I love that. But your authority needs time. So that guttural instinct.
The emotional authority, yeah.
Yes. If you're a sacral authority, yes, that's you listen, not immediate. But if you're emotional, ask yourself that and then let yourself sit on it for 12 to 24 hours, depending on how big the situation is, the decision is. Let yourself sit on it until you get to that more stable place.
Yeah, I've been more attuned to riding. I guess riding or surfing maybe is a better term. Surfing the wave of emotional authority, you know.
Yes.
You know, it's like, yeah, do I get off the surfboard? How do I get to shore? You know.
Yeah. And it's just by riding out the wave. I mean, you've got a pretty intense emotional wave, and it's really just about letting the highs be there and letting the lows teach you, and then kind of just riding it until you get to that space. And when you get to that space, this is why it's an experiment, is because nobody can tell you what that feels like. But I can tell you that it doesn't feel like, or like, I'm so sad about this. It's like a knowing. It's almost like a knowing that you get. And you're like, and you can't think yourself out of it. That's the thing with emotional authority, is especially because you have a defined mind. You might get this knowing, but your mind might disagree. And so you really just have to trust the knowing that when you wait it out, am I satisfied? Sit with it for a day. Is this a situation that I think would bring me satisfaction? Sit with it for a day, and then just go with that instinct.
My uncle Peter, years ago at the restaurant, he would ask me, he goes, John, why do you use drugs? And you know what I told him? My mind says yes, but my body says no. That's what I told him.
Wow.
Way back in this was like in 87.
See, and that's what human design always says. It's like the mind is where the not self and society comes from.
Yeah.
And the mind is amazing. It's just not our decision-making skill.
Right.
That's not a tool but it's amazing for so many things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say it's bad. It's just that we use it to make, even in like Buddhism, we talk about that, right? Like, it's like the mind is beautiful for imagination, for all these things, but
the mind
not
is great
to make...
for analyzing, and that's what I am. I'm a Virgo who analyzes, so
Yes.
I have a tendency to float into my mind rather than and ignore my body, you know. And now this overweight thing is my body, and I'm ignoring it.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, I gotta put some emphasis on that, because I realize when my body works better, my mind will work better too.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
John, it was such a pleasure talking to you. And
Yeah, it's great talking to you too. Thanks, Jazz.
Yeah, and then just, if you want to use my videos, I guess just let me know
I'll let
which
you know.
ones, and then,
let me know. It won't
Keep
be
in
for a
contact.
while, but I'll let you know when I'm planning on doing something, you know. And send me the link for the Reiki thing.
Okay.
And I'll get that out to you right now too.
Sure. Yeah, I'll probably do that a little bit later.
Whenever you can. Whenever you can.
Yeah.
Tonight or tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
And I stay in touch.
All right. Thanks, Jazz. Happy.
Thank you. I'll email you the recording as well.
Okay. In the email, you could send that then. Yeah. The link.
I'll send it all together.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.